What you put out is what you're going to receive. Do not treat others how they treat you. And I know it's easier said than done. It's easier to snap back, to, tussle and ruffle with people. But speaking from experience, it's not worth your sanity. It's not worth your livelihood. And most importantly, it's not worth your freedom. 15 seconds, 10 seconds can end into your life being taken, or the people that you know and love, as well as them feeling some type of way, as well as you going to jail or just losing anything. You cannot surround yourself with people who do not have nothing to lose, including their self. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that's what we're going to talk about. Not treating people the way they treat us. And I'm speaking from experience. This takes years of practice because patience is a skill, learning is a skill, and because there's no one size fit all, always take what resonates, leave the rest. The reason why it's always important for you to always be the bigger person is because everyone is not always going to choose to be mature. Everyone is not always going to do the right thing. Just because other people are going left and you know it's not, the right direction or the right thing to do, does not mean that you have to become the energy, does not mean that you have to come into agreement. So when people go out their way to slander you, to talk badly about you, to gossip about you, this doesn't mean that it's true. This doesn't mean it has to be compatible with you. This doesn't mean it has to resonate with you. And most importantly, this doesn't mean that you have to react and respond. A lot of people fail to realize you being the bigger person means you are conserving your energy, means you're not quick to be angered, means that you're not quick to be controlled, because that's what people want. When people are miserable, when people are malicious, when people have hidden agendas, or they want to be superior, they're envious, anything that's low vibrational, that's what they want you to experience. And you don't need to do that. Why would you take your time and your energy to react and respond to every single thing? These people are doing this because they're lost, and most importantly, they don't have anything going for themselves. Now, I know at times when you don't have the emotional intelligence and you're not mature, you want to react and respond because you're just like, I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me sideways, or who does he think he is, or who does she think he is, or bop, 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 bop. That's not always the answer. Now, when you choose to also be mature, this is what you need to catch. You don't have to worry about reactions and response, because eventually when people see that you're not bothered, when people see that you're not reacting and responding, when people see that they can't get underneath your skin, they're going to look crazy. They're going to look insane. And that's the goal, is to let people be miserable by themselves. Like, you being the bigger person does not make you naive, because there's this misconception that people who are just mature, people who don't always react and respond, are just so weak. People who choose the high road are just so dumb. And it's just like, you don't have to be attached to those things. And it's just like, who made up this narrative? Because logically, it doesn't make any sense. Just because I'm choosing to be mature and it's not a common thing to do, doesn't mean that I'm naive, doesn't mean that I'm ignorant. If anything, it shows the level of maturity, it shows the level of wisdom, because why would you or I take our time and energy to focus on people, places, and things who don't pour into us, who do not educate us, who talk badly about us? Once again, let's take a second to use the brain that we do have for free and ask ourselves, what logical sense does that make? Why would you go out your way to worry about what people are saying about you when it's negative? How is this helping you? And let me know in the comment section, how does it help you when people gossip about you? How does it help you when people go out their way to lie and spread rumors about you? And if you're somebody who needs validation, if you're somebody who needs to be liked, I can understand emotionally, but once again, that stems with the codependency issues. That stems with not being confident. That stems with the lack of self-identity, and that's what we're here to work on. When you are full of yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, when you are in tune with yourself, you know your beliefs, you know your morals, you know you carry yourself a certain type of way, it does not make sense emotionally, physically, or financially. It doesn't. Being the bigger person shows that you don't respond to negative energy, and that is not for you. Just because people talk about you doesn't mean that you have to say something back to them. And I'm speaking from experience. I, 98% of the time, working on 100, choose to always not say things to certain people. The 2%, when I do, of course, say what you need to say, let it out. But once you address the situation, once you've accepted and realized certain people are the way they are, leave them alone. Speaking from experience, the 2% out of the 27 years of my life where I had to react and respond to certain people, it just made me realize me taking all this energy to get worked up or to get in somebody's face or want to pull up and do all this stuff, it was so unnecessary. It's unnecessary and it's so draining. And being the bigger person shows the class and the morality that you have for yourself. Why are you fighting somebody that you know does not care about going to jail or wants to die? Because that's what it leads to. Why do you want to be surrounded with people who talk about you? You cannot control what other people say about you. That's another reason why you being mature, you being the bigger person is always going to work out in your favor. Not just that, if people, like I said, were to use your brain for 2 seconds, try it, comment down below if you do this, you will realize these people are mentally unstable. Nobody who is mentally stable is going to go out their way to disturb your peace. Nobody who is mentally stable, say it with me in the comment section or out loud when you get to this part in the video, nobody who is mentally stable is going to go out their way to disturb peace. Look at the news, look at the statistics, look up mental health crisis. Psychologically and emotionally, when you are not healed, when you suppress your feelings, when you don't talk about vulnerability, when you constantly are angered and frustrated and you don't take the time to embrace those emotions, learn to validate those emotions, come with solutions, you react and respond and you take it out on people, and now you're in jail, now you're not here no more. Like, it's so much, and it's like, for what? We're not here to be fighting and cursing and carrying on. And this doesn't mean that you don't learn. So if you're somebody who is hot-headed, you had to learn. Like I said, the 2% of the times where I did have to show myself, I did, and I wasn't ashamed. But like I said, if you are not in a situation where you're around people who love and appreciate you, that wouldn't even happen. And once again, when I did go off on certain people, because I have, okay, do your research. I have, once I realized that I went off on these people, it just, like I said, made me realize, one, not only was this draining, and two, if these people were my friends, if this was really my man, if this was my family members, I would not be talking to you like that. When you have to curse people out just to talk to them, they don't respect you. They don't respect themselves, but most importantly, they don't respect you. And that's where the line was drawn. So for me, it was easy once I realized, like, I just sat here and cursed this person out, or I got into this fight, or whatever it was, and I could have used that energy for something else. But once I went off and I did what I did, I personally, I didn't feel bad because I knew I didn't do anything wrong, but it just made me realize, like, wow, this is so low. And it's just like, that's what you wanted. That's what people, like I said, who are miserable want you to do. And the people that got the time that they did with me wanted that reaction because that's all they know. Like I said, when people are mentally unstable, they love to be miserable. They love to cause problems. And it's just like, once you realize, once again, people need attention, people are not loved, people don't like themselves, you don't need to attach yourself to them, because now you're receiving their karma. Now you're picking up on energies. Now you're confused. Now you're conflicted. Now you're doubting yourself. And it's just like, that energy does not belong to you. Give it back. Now, of course, unless it's somebody that's younger than you or somebody that you love and who wants to change and you want to grow and they want to grow, fine. Make sure you create distance. Make sure you have boundaries. Make sure you guys are on the same page. If not, stop engaging with people and stop watching and allowing people to take away your joy. Like, every day you should wake up being grateful. Every day you should be in a state of gratitude. Every day. It's not hard to be grateful if you realize that you don't get to live forever, and that in this time while you're here, you're figuring things out. You have too many other problems. And speaking from experience, the people who were negative, mentally unstable, who were just so low vibrational, had nothing to lose. Imagine if I would have continued to react and respond, or continue to surround myself with people and not get to where I need to be. But because I've always been this type of person to not always immediately just pop off on people, I was able to see that a lot of people are dead. A lot of people are in jail. Like, I personally know a lot of people. I know people personally in my immediate family who've had passed away. Like, it's not what people think it is. And I'm gonna be honest with you, all the people who be talking, they have not lived that type of life. And I'm not here to promote violence or fighting and stuff like that, but it's just like, if you really know, you know how things could go left really quickly. And all the yappers and all the people who just talk, they have not been to jail before. They've not had no shots fired. They don't have people, because it's just like, if you really know, if you come from that, you don't want to move like that. And especially as women, ladies, us fighting each other, it's like, you should have no reason. Once again, if you logically, you guys look at it from a logical standpoint, why are you hanging out with people who are making you go off on them? Why are you talking to somebody like they don't have any sense? Why are you talking to people like they're just a monster, or just, it's so ugly, honestly. And that's another thing. When you react or respond, you start to become the people that want to hurt you. So when you see this video, I really want you to practice not reacting and responding. Now, if you're in a situation where somebody says something slick, or somebody says something nasty, in that moment, you need to either A, stop talking to them, cut them off, remove access, never speak to them ever again, or you let them know politely, because it's a way that you can do things. We could keep it real classy over here. I could politely say, your insecurities have nothing to do with me. I did nothing to do with you. Whatever issues that you have going on has nothing to do with me. And I'm letting you know right now, I will not be entertaining you. Whatever you have going on, take it to God, take it to your ancestors, take it to the universe, take it to yourself, take it to your therapist. Say it just like that. When you do need to speak, speak with stability, speak with confidence, and be stern. Put a little bass in your voice so people know, don't come over here and act like you don't have no sense. If you need to, put on your adult voice, put on your grandma voice, put on your grandpa voice, and respectfully, as grown adults, nobody's arguing and yelling and cursing people. Like, no, nobody's doing that. Nobody is doing that. Now, young people, like I said, you're going through things. It may be different. Like in high school, people are mean, people are bullying you, but it's just like, being a bigger person is about maturity. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, you choosing to be silent, like from experience, once again, being around certain people that I really did not care to be around, especially in a professional setting, boys and girls, do not allow anybody to come in between your finances. Do not allow anybody. Like, I've been in schools, I've been in environments at work before I was able to be an entrepreneur, before I was able to work for myself, and I had to work with people I did not want to be around. But because I knew I had to be in school, because I knew I had to get this money to take care of myself, don't let nobody come between that, because once again, that's your stability. When you look at it from a long term, when you grow up and you mature, I'm not about to fight somebody and lose my job. Now I'm fired and I'm broke and possibly could go to jail. It's not worth it. Same thing when you're in school. Like, I was in school, I had to be around people I did not want to be around. Them having dramas, them being messy. Once again, let the circus be the circus by itself. And not just that, when you don't react or respond, what's going to happen is every single person who tries you, every single person who gossips, all of that stuff is going to be exposed. It's already exposed when people do it. Like, anybody who goes, like I said, out their way to cause problems and be problematic or say negative things, or even when you disagree with people, you're just so problematic. Like, leave the problems in 2024 when you see this video. Let it be what it is. Like, stop reacting, responding. Like, you see how disgusted my energy, my face is getting? It's just like, let the trash take out the trash. Like, do not engage. And the more, like I said, you logically can think, your emotions won't be so imbalanced. And this takes a while. Now, ladies, we have our hormones, we go through periods, we get pregnant, we have feelings. That's another time to actually take that time to yourself to work on it. I'm speaking from experience. I know, like, mentally and emotionally, like I said, as women, we go through things and it is challenging. So it's just like, if you know that you feel moody, you let everyone know, hey, I'm on my cycle right now, leave me alone. And you could say that. Grown people are not going to be offended by you wanting space or you respecting yourself or have boundaries. The only people who have a problem with you having boundaries or saying leave me alone or sticking out for yourself, like I said, are the problematic people. And if you're this problematic person, you need to continue to work on yourself and figure out why you are so triggered, why you are unhealed. And if you want to become happy, if you want to stop being envious, it's a choice, okay? Being mature is a choice. Not reacting, responding, and treating people how they treat you is a choice. So if you have questions, comments, and concerns, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're commenting below. Turn on your post notification and make sure you subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms at Thai Guidance. And if you want a session, head to my website at thaiguidancesummer.com. When you follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, I will be going live until we reach our goal here on YouTube. I'm currently going to be going on live after I post this around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Thursday, December 19th, 2024. Answering any common questions and concerns. DM me on Instagram if you have any other questions, or let me know in the comment section about mental health, healing, positivity, not reacting, responding, uplifting, or just transmuting negative energy into positive energy in the comment sections, unless you want me to talk about something that I haven't already, as well as the community section here on YouTube and on Instagram and on TikTok in my story by voting what you want to talk about. But practice this, keep this in mind, rewatch this video until it makes sense to you. But I'm letting you know right now, arguing with people who don't have nothing to lose, because what happens is the more you react and respond, the more you allow your energy to be taken away from the things that you want, you are the only person that's going to feel angry and bitter and resentful, because you're going to feel like I wasted my time, I wasted my energy, I wasted my money, and you're going to start to become bitter because those people, unfortunately, they're going to live their own life. And it's going to suck for you to not be where you want to be or feel like you're far and behind because you surround yourself with certain people, places, and things. And of course, in the time, you may not know that, because when you have genuine intentions, you're a good person. You're not out here to steal, destroy, or cause corruption in people's lives. But once again, once you realize, stop ignoring your intuition. That's going to be a different topic for a different video. But once you see how somebody is, once you realize maybe this is not going to work, either create distance or remove yourself, and don't feel bad about it, okay? Love you, bye.